Again, what we've tried to do is we've tried to put together somewhat of a checking line, and with Joey Crabb, he's been a big part of it, because not only is he playing a consistent role in the checking line, he plays first penalty killing minutes for our hockey club. So it's kind of I don't know if it's the rebirth or the birth of a young player that's taking the steps that are necessary to become an everyday NHL player. And I think when the goals, I don't know how many he had before I got here or how many he had scored before Christmas or any of the breakdown, but he seems to be around the puck and he's getting lots of minutes, and their line is earning it. So it's a win-win situation if for a young player to start to develop some of the scoring or the offensive instincts that are required to play in the league on an everyday basis.
I like Cody Franz. It took him a while to get regular playing time under Ron Wilson, and when you come in here, he's a healthy scratch for the first couple of games. What have you seen out of the last couple of games?
Well, the one thing that that with us, as far as my approach when I got here, is I knew some of the players. So I felt that it was important that you give everybody equal opportunity to perform. And touch wood, we haven't had the injuries on the back end like we've had up front. So that obviously complicates things. And then I felt that there was veteran guys, and then there's a young kid on the back end that has to play minutes. So it's all about, it was a focus on them. And then I thought that he's been a good soldier. He's worked hard, and he's come to practice every day. And I told him that his practices some days are going to have to be his games because of the way the situation was developing. And I think that he's shown that he has offensive flair for a big man. He can move, he can get pucks in, and he scored a big league goal tonight as far as joining the rush, making it a 2-on-1. I guess, again, there are areas that he has to improve on, and his mobility at times, and going in and pinning people, and all those things are things that he'll improve. But I think the more he plays, the more of an opportunity he'll get to show us, and I think he should be able to deliver to a higher level.
If a guy that big has to be physical, and he admits he hasn't been, how do you get him to that point?
I think what you do is you try to show him. I think that big men that naturally aren't physical are people that just have to learn about that one half step to be inside on people. If he can take and learn to use his body to shield the puck, and you can take and step into people and use his God-given size versus always trying to control people with your arms or your stick, I think that's a technique that young defensemen and oversized defensemen take longer to develop. And I think it's just more playing time and more practice time. And the one thing that I'll guarantee you, we will practice defensive zone coverage, and he will practice that a lot.
One might have thought with your emphasis on defense that a guy like Phil Kessel's offense would sputter a little bit, but he's got 9 points in 12 games. Are you happy with that level from Phil?
Coach is never happy because they're supposed to score 3 goals every game. But I think, and it's an adjustment for some of the players. When my theory is that we don't give up our third man. We want to play stop and go hockey a lot more. We don't want to be circling, and we don't want to be a team that just scores off the rush. So there is an adjustment period that has to take place for your players. But as I always check the minutes, I try to make sure that the minutes are managed where those level of players get the 20, close to the 20-minute mark as much as possible. He gets all the power play time. He gets the 4-on-4 time. If the goaltender's out, he gets those minutes. So all the offensive situations that are presented in the game, he gets a piece of. So then his talent shouldn't be, cramped at all. I feel that he should be able to utilize those minutes and use them to the positive for the hockey club.
Minutes, Carter Ashton, I think just got like 2 minutes tonight. Was he just not going, or was he?
No, that was really, it was probably my mismanagement, because what we've had is with the injuries, we've been short to center, and I felt that Lombardi, when he played last night, was a real effective player, putting up with Bozak and Kessel, thus taking the center out of our lineup. And I thought it was more important that we had 9 forwards playing because of the depth of the New York Rangers. When you got to face Richards, Stefan, and Boyle as their centers, and then they throw Rupp or Mitchell as their fourth line. Every time I put our fourth line out on the ice, they threw Stefan or Richards on the ice, and I got caught in the third period for one goal. And that's a mismatch for our players. That's no disrespect to our players, but I don't think you want to play your fourth line against one of the top lines in the league on a consistent basis. Gave us a chance, and that's what we ask of both of our goaltenders, is they give you a chance to win the hockey game. And I thought our team in general played one of the better games that we've played in a while, from not too reckless with the puck. Our execution level was higher. Our compete level was higher. We battled it in when we gave up the goal in the third period. We were right back the first shift. We battled back to get that back. And we had our chances, and where we could have improved, obviously, the power play. I think we had 3 power plays or 2 power plays in the third period, and that had a chance to be a difference maker in the game for us. Our penalty killing, I kept them off the board. And our defensive side of the game, I thought we were pretty good. We gave 2 goals up on face-off plays.